I once heard a story, and forget where I heard it at, but it was Billy Graham confessed to his family that he felt like he had been a failure. The reason was quite simple. After being seen and heard by millions, he did not see a nation that was any closer to God. Think about that. If you could resurrect Billy Graham today, right now, and you could ask, what was the impact of your preaching on the people and their children that would come along afterwards? What has been the impact? As you look at our children who don't even know what they are and who are confused about their identity. Despite all the Christian broadcasting and evangelism and soul-saving campaigns, there is about an 84% fall away rate. Yeah, 84% fall away rate. My point is this. Right now, God is only calling a first fruit. Yes, I don't expect you to understand that. Why? Because you don't keep the holy days. Because you reject the holy days. And one of the holy days is Pentecost, first fruits, which explains that right now God is calling a first fruit. And there's going to come a later harvest, later, called the second resurrection. But right now, God is only calling a first fruit. And Jesus said, no man can come to me, John 6 and verse 44, except the Father which has sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. Romans 11 and verse 7, Paul says, what then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeks for, but the election has obtained it. The election, the first fruits, have obtained salvation. If you are called, if you are one of the first fruits, then today is your day of salvation. And notice this next statement, and the rest were blinded. Yeah, God can do that if he wants to. Who are you to argue against God? I mean, you can't blind people, God. You're trying to get everybody saved right now. No, the rest were blinded. According as it is written, God has given them the spirit of slumber. Let this sink into your society. Just apply this verse to your society right now. According as it is written, God has given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. Now, when it says God blinds people, it does not mean they are eternally lost. It just means now is not their time. Revelation 20 and verse 5, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that has part in the first resurrection. On such, the second death has no power, but they shall be priests of God and of Christ, and shall reign with him for 1,000 years. The good news is there is a future resurrection called the rest of the dead. That's the good news. In fact, that's the best news you're going to hear today. In our sin-sick, rebellious, God-defying culture, there is a future resurrection called the rest of the dead.
Check us out on the web at isthatreallyinthebible.com.